Well, R.E.M. first played, I saw the first R.E.M. show, which was the tour they did after Murmur came out. And they played the Bush Campus Student Center, which at the time was, they had a bar, which because of the drinking age, they'd shoved the bar all the way down to like one little corner. And the rest of it they turned into a pizza joint. And they had a Hardee's in there. And so they where they put the stage, there was a stage on the side of the stage where the audience was with the Hardee's sign up high, big letters, Hardee's. And so they felt like they were playing in a Hardee's, which they literally were. And Mitch Easter opened for them. And frankly, the acoustics were awful. Absolutely awful. You had the high ceilings with all the HVAC ducts, the ventilations and the metal pipes and everything. You had glass windows on both sides. The acoustics were terrible. All I remember about that show was that basically I couldn't stand it. And if it wasn't for the fact that it actually was R.E.M., it sounded like a bad cover band playing R.E.M. songs. But, it was R.E.M. Great show, had a great vibe, but musically they didn't sound too good.
I saw them when they played outside.
Then they came back. A year after that, they came back and they played outside. And the big thing about that outside show was that the night, I may not get it quite correct, but the night before they were playing Princeton University, tickets were not cheap, 20, 30, 40 bucks. The night after, they were playing the Capitol Theater in Passaic, and again, tickets were 20, 30, 40 bucks. So in the meantime, you could also see them in between these two expensive shows for free at an outdoor concert, which meant, number one, it's outdoors. So everyone brought coolers and kegs. And in fact, the fraternities, a lot of fraternities bought half barrels down. And they set up in the back of the field and they had half barrel barbecues going. So there was this, it was spring, it was a beautiful sunny day, they had barbecues going, food, you could smell the food cooking, the beer was everywhere, and it was being filmed for MTV, which was the other thing that was going on. So I remember they used to have these track lights with these automated filters that would go back and forth across it. They came out and did 2, 3, 4 encores because they were filming for MTV, and it was just this great, beautiful festival vibe. I don't think the university expected the crowd that they got. So the crowd didn't get out of control, but they really couldn't control it either. It was in a wonderful vibe. So R.E.M. came back the year after that, and they played the LBAC, Lewis Brown Athletic Center, the big basketball stadium over there on Livingston College. And I was at the show, and R.E.M. had come out for an encore. Michael Stipe was singing, and somebody threw something at the stage. I don't know if it was a glow stick or a plastic bottle or something, and it bounced off of Michael Stipe's head, which led him to be quite irate, understandably so. And he walked off the stage in the middle of the song. Everybody started saying "a-hole," against the guy who threw the stuff, but that was pretty much the end of the show. And so that really kind of ended the whole R.E.M. at Rutgers thing on a kind of sour note. But R.E.M. was actually in this studio recording their ID. This studio was new at the time, and they just finished building it. And R.E.M. does an ID, Mitch Easter does an ID. This studio with this beautiful coral color was done in the 80s in Miami Vice era. So Mitch Easter's commenting on the Miami Vice coral color of the studio.